How's it going? Welcome back to yet another video. Thank you for clicking on today's project, which is pretty straightforward. We're embroidering some real nice designs for a family member. Is this design here, and then one on the back that I haven't done, so we'll go through this design. We won't be using any stabilizer because there's a plastic lining in here, but we'll talk about the small details in just a minute. We'll also digitize it real quick. Real simple, but since it is a really straightforward video, I'll show you guys how I clean this entire area here, the bobbin case area, removing these two covers, getting it cleaned up, and oiling it up, ready for production. All we need is a flathead screwdriver and a Allen wrench. We'll start off by loosening these two screws on the side. You don't have to remove them, just got to get them loosened up. And then we're able to take off this cover here. And for the top is just one up here. This one we do have to remove it all the way. And that lets you access the knife here. As you can see, it's pretty dusty, so let's remove the bobbin case as well. Got a bunch of stray threads there. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see the dust? Alright, that's pretty good. Now this is not a full oiling and maintenance, you know, you still have a bunch of other areas where oil goes, like in here, back here, the needle bars. I think I did some kind of video already about that. But I think we're due for a more in-depth one for sure. And really that's about it. We drop a dot of oil there. I like to put one in there as well, and one in the knife here. That's a lot, but just pop that back in there. You know what? While we're messing with the bobbin stuff, we might as well get that tension done. So this is a bobbin tension gauge that works really well to get your bobbin case at the right tension. So it's a good starting point even if you don't have a tension pen for your top thread. At least with this, you get your bottom one correct. And then you could just run H test or I test to get the top tension correct. But first of all, before even messing with that, you got to make sure this is clean. So you stick paper or anything that fits in between right there to get all that lint right out. Pop that back in just like that. You don't put it around the pigtail when you're doing this. Just pop that in. Run it through here and through here. And right now we're getting at about 200. I like to keep it right above 200. I haven't had any issues, but usually that's where I keep it. So with a flathead, just tighten this screw right here. Almost nothing. That was a little bit too much, and I barely even nudged it. Right there. Right above 200. Snaps it off. Then you could tie it around here. And that's it. Once we have that all sorted out, make sure the knife is back to its normal position. Let's put this plate, needle plate, back on there. That's good. Tighten these back up. Excuse my big head. And just pop the bobbin case right in there. Make sure it snaps, and we're ready to go. We're gonna get right into digitizing now, but before that, excuse my voice. I have been sick. I'm feeling a whole lot better now. It's just the nasally voice, but whatever. Second thing, connected to the first thing, is once I fully get better and my voice comes back to normal, I will be doing a live stream, hopefully real soon. Like I mentioned before, I'll be digitizing and then have another camera on the machine running stuff that was digitized before that design. So we'll digitize something real quick, run it while that's running, and on a separate camera, I'll be digitizing another small design as well. So I don't know if I'll do another video or two where I'll ask you guys to send me suggestions or even pictures possibly to my email. I still gotta figure out how I want to do that, but that's what we'll be doing soon. I look forward to it, and hopefully you guys can join. So everything with a simple job like this, it's kind of like almost everything is subjective, but especially this, like this was for a family member, so I literally had them here on the computer choosing out which font they liked, which they chose this one. This one is a pretty popular font. If you guys see it, it's definitely one that people like a lot, this script. And so pretty much they went through them. They found a good font. The font for that one had a weird and, so they chose this font here, Algerian, for the just for the and right there. And then besides that, you guys also just come up with the sizing, whatever you guys would think will look most natural. You know, you don't want something being too small that is like, why did you even put it? Or too huge where it looks a bit cartoonish, especially for a serious occasion type gift, which is what we're doing, job. It's for a wedding. So these are wedding gift bags or something like that. So, you know, just get it right. If this wasn't a family member, I would still be going back and forth, sending pictures, tweaking it if they wanted to see something a little different. You know, no biggie. It's real simple, and it's and like I've said before, especially when it's a simple design, you have to make sure it comes out real nice. So this is gonna be on the other side of the bag that is not yet embroidered, and what we have here on the side that I did show is this here. So same thing, the script. We got a date, and I'll show you guys how I digitize the heart real quick. I go here to the standard shapes. So I didn't even draw out the heart. It's already here in Hatch 2, which is the software that I use. All you gotta do is choose the style of heart that you want, you know, size, like that. I've done this before as well, so it's always a quick way to get outlines. Create layouts, create outlines. It's already here in satin for me. Click OK. Now that's too thin, so we go to outline settings, and pretty much there we go. We got our shape and the outline for it. Remember, if it is a really huge shape, you have a bigger probability of getting gaps between your main object and your outline, so be careful how your angles are running. So if it was running this way, I would make sure that this would stick out a little bit more because it's gonna get pulled in on these sides, the left and right side. And also bring in the top and bottom because these are gonna get pushed out. You might have your shape sticking out of the satin a little bit, so just to make sure, always do these little tweaks to avoid having issues. I did not do that for this one because it's so tiny. I didn't really have to. But that's about it. I think for these, I had my center point right in the middle, okay? It's not necessarily the middle. The middle would be somewhere over here, but the design goes on the bottom part of the bag. So that's why I have like this. This one here in the middle by the end. This one is pretty much more smack dab in the middle of the bag. So I kept it right there. I think that's it. I'll just run one full bag with you guys. I think total I have to do about 12 more, something like that, but it takes no time. We'll just hoop this one up real quick and show you guys the final product. Okay, now let's check out the inside here. Hopefully you can see, but there's a kind of like a plastic layer that runs through the interior. And the first time I ran this, I just took a chance, decided not to use stabilizer for that reason, and it came out great. So I actually do not need any stabilizer, which is great. If I did, then I'd use it, no big deal. But I guess it already kind of works like a stabilizer, so we got lucky with that. And you guys know how I like to mark my garments, bags, whatever it is. But this is actually the last time that I do this for these bags. The hoop fits perfectly in there, so it's kind of like naturally centered, so I won't waste my time doing that going forward. See, it goes in perfectly. Still got to make sure it's straight. Telling you guys, real simple. That's about it. It is open quite a bit, but I've had no issue with it popping off. There's enough being tightly secured everywhere else. Let's throw this into the machine now. Just a single color. Right now we're doing the M and G. It's just gonna be black. Go to start point. That gets us in the ballpark. Just gotta scoot this over a little bit. I'm not moving it up and down, so I know it's not gonna hit here. But you know what? Never hurts to double check. And here it is. Very nice. Not bad. Almost zero cleanup. A few threads in there we gotta snip and burn. Maybe not even burn, just like that. Probably wouldn't even hit this with the lighter on this side either, just because the material will probably burn off all the hair, so we'll leave it as is. Now for the other side, as I mentioned, I won't do the old tape and marker method. It's nothing but good old eyeballing. It's way too low. I put the wrong side in. Needs to be with the smaller notch. And we just fix it. Now that I know that I'm straightened up over here, let's pop that in. Load up that design. And since I've ran this design before, I'm not gonna move a thing. It should all be centered up. And once again, everybody, if you enjoy all things embroidery, consider liking today's video and subbing to the channel to keep it going. Thank you. That's it. Here it is. Just take that off. Also, forgot to mention earlier, if you guys need free shipping on all your Mighty Hoop products, use my link in the description for free shipping, code TKStitch25 at checkout. Thank you. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. What did you guys think? Real simple, real clean. That's it for this one. I'll keep you guys updated on the lives real soon. Everybody in this community is really cool. Anybody that comments or just people that are watching, hopefully we could get to chat it up a little bit during these lives. So I am looking forward to getting them started ASAP. But for now, any likes, subs are very much appreciated. That's it for me. Deuces.